entertainmentbuddha.com.
Hey now, fantasy fans, Matt Haywood here for entertainmentbuddha.com to review the latest entry in the Odd Gentleman's King's Quest series, No Place Like Home. Like the previous 3 chapters, No Place Like Home continues telling the tale of King Graham, who now has met his lady love and had twins. Early on in the game, you're tasked with making the twins happy, but then the antagonist of the series shows up and spoils Graham's fatherly fun. Manny the Goblin, who now can take human form, steals Graham's son Alexander to make his slave. Graham is unable to save his son due to Manny's magic, so he's left to search the world looking for his lost son. The chapter then fast forwards time a bit to when Graham's kids are teens. It's clear that Alexander's abduction has changed Graham for good, but then a knock on his chamber door reveals that his son has returned home, albeit with a new name given to him by Manny. With his family restored, Graham elects to take a trip with them to where he and his lady friend met in Chapter 3 to celebrate. Unfortunately, they soon realize that they've been tricked, so they must work together to save themselves from a time-honored threat. From this point on is where most of the gameplay for this chapter takes place. At first you start as Graham and Alexander, who wants to be called Caduceus the Magnificent because he's kind of a goof like his old man. You're tasked with solving room-based puzzles that require you to follow a path of purple magical goo that needs to be lit up to move on to the next room. The puzzles start off simple but soon get very complex. They're a bit different than the puzzles in the previous chapters as they all revolve around toggling items in a room to make the path clear for Graham and Alexander to proceed. Although, towards the climax, you're given a few King's Quest puzzle staples in the form of riddles. Once you solve these though, you're right back to the whole escape this room motif featured throughout the game. Due to the repetitive nature of the puzzles, King's Quest Chapter 4 does get a bit repetitive, as does this sentence, but I have to say I enjoyed the challenges since they were geometric in nature. Solving the puzzles definitely led to a few "I'm not that dumb after all" moments, which typically means the puzzles are fun and challenging, but not impossible to work through. The featured story is a bit heartwarming, yet sad due to callbacks from previous chapters. It also touches on the inevitable dire situation revolving around Graham in his waning years and how that'll affect his 2 grandkids. I actually would have preferred to have more story than puzzle gameplay because that is what wrote me in Chapter 1, but those moments were relatively short this time around. If you've been playing the new King's Quest series, there's no reason to not play Chapter 4, which leads into the final chapter releasing later this month. While each stint may not be fantastic on its own, the entire series, one piece together, is a great little fantasy epic to experience. For all I've said about it, No Place Like Home earns a respectable 80 out of 100 review score. Thanks for watching, gamers. Matt Haywood here, signing off for entertainmentbuddha.com, where we strive to make you a better geek, one post at a time.